We forgot about it for 40 years, and here we are again.
If someone's only got 5 minutes a day, what's the best breathing strategy routine to just give them a boost or get them more intentional and grounded for the day? What would that be for you? Is it a set of cycles? Is it a deep breathing? Is it a calm breathing? What would you recommend?
Everyone's different. What they need is different. So this is why these blanket prescriptions for entire populations don't really work too well, except for a subsect of people. But there is a certain foundation of breathing. Doesn't matter if you're an asthmatic, if you have anxiety, if you're an athlete, you can all benefit from. So these steps are breathe through your nose all the time. I don't care if your nose is clogged. If it's clogged, find a way of clearing it. You have to breathe through your nose, people. Yeah. The second one is to breathe slowly, to breathe less, of course, and to exhale fully. A lot of us are conditioned, this is very typical Western mindset, to put more and more in, air on top of air. In order to get a full breath of air, you need to get the old breath out, and you need to focus on your exhales and exhalations. So a simple thing, and just because something's simple doesn't mean it's effective. Look at nutrition. The most simple nutrition is the most effective. After 50 years of trying to find ways of hacking out, I'm going to pull this vitamin out and put it in this powder, we're back at square one. Oh,
just eat vegetables.
We've been saying this for a long time. So yeah. Breathing is the same. If there's one piece of advice I would give to people beyond that nasal part is try to breathe in to a count of about 5 or 6. Relax yourself. Don't challenge yourself. Breathe out to that same count. If you want to relax yourself even more, extend the exhale. Nature is simple yet subtle, and your body will respond to this. And if you have heart rate variability monitor, if you have a pulse ox, look at what happens to your heart rate. Look at what happens to your heart rate variability when you slow down the breaths and you breathe in a rhythm. This affects how we think. It affects the emotional centers in the brain. So it affects the entire body because of course it does. It's breathing. It's our most basic biological need.
Why do you think we have adopted this other style when we knew this 40, 60 years ago, hundreds of years ago? We've known this. Is it just a change in the society or something else?
Well, some of it is anatomical. So our faces have fundamentally changed, as we were just talking about earlier. Yeah. That's part of it. So even if you focus on healthy breathing at night, you have sleep apnea, you have snoring, because our faces have changed. Some of it is environmental. If you think of what happened in the Victorian era, people started wearing corsets, okay? Really tight vests, really tight belts. What happens when you do that? You can't take a deep breath. Breathe. Add to that pollution, add to that allergens, add to that stress, add to that working in an office where you're in a chair like this and you're stressed out and you can't take a deep breath even if you want to, and you've got this perfect cocktail of illness. And if you don't believe me, go look at what's happened to people in the past 50 years.
Bam. There it is. Meditate, breathe. Man, I've been doing this for 2 months. I'm not sure if it's working. I think it is. Maybe it's not, but you got to breathe and you got to think heavily for the opportunity to be able to see me and yourself, and hope everybody is doing well, feeling well, and going through whatever you're going through in life, whatever it is, whether it's health, whether it's emotions, whether it's work, whether it's all this craziness going on in the air, and whatever it is, man, let's take a and you're back. All right, so give that a try and see how it works for you. Meditating is really, really cool. Sometimes I get so comfortable with how I'm feeling during the day, like, oh man, I'm feeling great. I don't feel like I don't need to do it. But yeah, then when I realize, it's almost like realizing you're not breathing, and all of a sudden you're like, and yeah, same thing. Sometimes I get through the day and I'm like, oh, everything is just cool, everything is flowing, I ain't got nothing going on, no stresses, no whatever. My neck might be a little stiff because I'm old, whatever, but for the most part, everything's cool. And all of a sudden I realize, oh, snap, I didn't meditate. All right. Okay, all right. Now, remember, I try to give y'all something before I start rather than give it to you afterwards, because then once I do this fragrance, then you're leaving. woody, warm, spicy, aromatic, powdery, fruity, iris, sweet, earthy, and green. And this bad boy is one of the favorites of, I think, everybody on the planet. By the house of BDK Perfumes is Gris Chanel. The nose behind this fragrance is Mathilde Badjois. You got a lot of females out here like creating some juice. And if they creating it and they like it, that means the female's gonna like it when you wear it. Okay? Top notes, cardamom, fig, and black tea right off the top. That's why you get the blackness in the juice. Maybe. I'm not sure. Middle notes, iris and bourbon vetiver. Bourbon. I'll take that any day. Not the drink, but in my fragrance. And base notes of sandalwood and tonka bean. And short story I have for this one is I went to work one day and I sprayed up hard like I'm going to do today, right? Sprayed up, bada bing. So I walked in the office and I took care of some business, checked in, and then I was walking down towards the back of the house where the trains are stored, of course. And my man came out of nowhere, and this guy don't know anything about fragrances. He don't know anything about, George knows nothing about fragrances. He was like, I smelled you all the way from here, and he was at least 100 yards away. I say 100. Well, let me think of a football field. Maybe 50 yards away. 50 yards away, he said, man, I smelled you all the way from up there, man. What is that you wearing? I said, man, it's one of my fragrances, man. Not mine, but you know what I'm wearing today. And then told me, he said, can I get 5 mil of that? I know you be doing 5 mils. What you know about me doing 5 mils? Oh, Blair and them told me. All right, cool. So I gave him 5 mil. And like I said, this gentleman knew nothing about fragrances. That's why I wear fragrances. Not just to get the approval from the ladies, but to, turn somebody else on. And I can tell you, over the last maybe year, these cats done bought off probably about 30 of my bottles. Some of my bottles, my half bottles, not gonna say 30, but close to. They bought the bottles. They bought my my partials. What's going on, Mark? They bought some of my partials. So these guys at the job, man, I'm really turning on and smelling good, man. They come in every day. They all happy. They're like, yeah, da. Rosie or Robbie, that's my man. I like that. I like that. I like that right there. Rosie or Robbie, one of the other roses that I really dig, along with Atomic Rose and Rose 31 from Le Labo, and my girl Rose, Me Too, from over Germany. I like a lot. I like them roses, but that's a good rose right there, nice and thick and fruity-ish. I like that rose, young man, and that wasn't cheap. All right, so I'm going to drop down and take some omega-3 with my tea, which has some super beets in it. Some honey and some lemon. And then we're going to take my turmeric joint. Is this turmeric? I think it's turmeric. My turmeric. No, this is my glucosamine and chondroitin. Because I'm old. Usually I cram them all down my throat in the afternoon after I get to work and I have my English muffin. And then after I eat my English muffin, I'll do that. Not anymore. I'm going to try to knock out 2 here. Then when I get there, I got 6 more to take. And I showed my doctor yesterday, my physician, my internist, all the supplements I'm taking. He was like, it don't matter, you're still old as crap. No, he didn't say that. But just trying to take care of myself, man. Again, this is just like somebody talking about the stock market. Just because I tell you to buy a stock don't mean you're gonna win. Just because I told I'm doing supplements don't mean I'm gonna live like the 1,000. Just trying to be healthy. All right, so Gris Chanel, get it. Perfumology, niche. That's what you got to do. Guy, Brian, perfumologist. Do what you got to do. Make it pop off. The coin of the day is going to be the Tinyuan Panda. Now, that's basically what China do. I got a couple coins that they make that's not pandas. But for the most part, all their coins are panda coins. Whether they're gold, whether they're silver, a lot of times there's some type of panda. Most of the time. Now, I got a couple coins. The Temple of Heaven ceiling, that's not a panda. And I got, what else I got? The one I just bought the other day. The Great Wall and the Dragon and the Phoenix, that's not a panda. But when it comes to the coins that you can exchange for money for, like if I go to Japan, I can pull this out of my pocket and say, look, or wherever, China, yo, dog, I got this right here, dog. That's why, as much as I don't like what happened that came out of China, I might end up in China one day. I'm like, dog, you ain't eating, dog, because we heard you was talking crap about that Wuhan. Yeah, all right, dog, but you got it because I got some loot. Pandas, give me some food. Holla at your boy. All right, I'm out. Beautiful coin. As you see, I got the great temple on the back, which is the coin I have is the ceiling of this. This is the Temple of Heaven in Beijing. And that's what that is. This is 1 ounce of silver. 1 ounce of silver today will cost you about $23. Let me check, because I haven't checked. Haven't listened to my man Maneko this morning. So, oh, gold is up 18.15. I'm ready to take a piece in and sell it to buy something else. So I'm going to take that American Eagle gold piece in I got. It's right here in my pocket. I'm ready to take that to my shop. They're going to give me about $5.50 for it. It's my American gold. Because I got another one I was going to take in. It's worth like $850. That's a whole nother coin. That's what you call a sovereign coin. I said, nah, man, because that coin is rare. I'm not going to get rid of that. I'm not going to get it back. I'm not going to be able to get it back. This I can get back. They got these all day long. And these are type 1s or type 2s with the ugly eagle. Nobody really liked the ugly eagle. But this is a quarter ounce of gold. Quarter ounce of gold is worth 1/4 of 1850. So whatever 1850 is divided by 4, that's what this is worth. But because this is American Eagle, it'll be worth more than that. So this will be, when I take it in today, it'll be worth about $550 for this coin right here. But it's all gold. I mean, all right, so silver, gold, holla at your boy, and I need to pay some bills. Because I've been spending money like a mug. Actually, I thought I was kind of low on cash. I really don't have to sell it because I went and looked at my cash reserves. I'm like, oh, where does money come from? I thought I had less than what I had, but I actually have more. But I still can get rid of this, put some money in my pocket. I can always buy it back again. So Gris now, whenever I have a coin of the day, if it can fit in my pocket, I carry it around with me for the day. This is going in my pocket today, and this is what I'm selling today. All right, so I'm about to be out. I'm out of here. I'm going to drink my tea. Breathe. I learned last night from this guy who was doing the TED Talk, said the 4-7-8 technique is the best technique you can use. I was using 7-7-7 because 7-7-7, the number of perfection from heaven. Now I would do 4-4-4s, which you know 4-4-4, that means angels watching. And then you have the 4-7-8, which is more like, it's just a way to get the cardiovascular system and your oxygen and your, it's best to do it that way. Suck and foe. Through your nose. Remember, breathe through your nose. Stop. Breathe through your nose. Channels, look it up yourself. Breathe through your nose. Hold it for 7. Let it go for 8. Take a little break. Back at it again. 4-piece. Three times in a row. When every time you might feel a little stress, might be going through a little something, you need to calm down your sympathetic nerve and your parasympathetic nerve. You can learn how to hum. That's going to hook up your Vegas, not Las Vegas, your Vegas nerve. You can rub your ear here to stimulate your Vegas nerve. All this is to calm you down whenever you're going through something. I've been learning. I want to teach y'all as I learn fragrances, coins, breathing, trying to live when you're old, even when you're young. Do the best I can, man. That's all I can do. They said don't guarantee a thing, but we'll guarantee you that I'm trying to take care of myself. And that's about it. Take care of yourself. Be well. Take the heavenly. And safe travels for everybody. And I'll talk to y'all soon, all right? Heaven willing. I'm out. Gotta go.